A local miller gets into a chat with the king, because those two people obviously are bumping into each other at Home Depot every day, and idly slips into the conversation that, "Oh, my daughter just happens to be able to spin straw into gold." Well, that's a useful talent. You might want to get in touch with Simon Cowell on that one. Regardless, the brainiac king is intrigued. He sends for the girl, locks her in a tower, and tells her that she has 3 days to spin up some bling or he's going to kill her. So that worked out pretty well from her standpoint. Then, in a stunning plot twist, we learn that the daughter actually cannot make gold out of straw. She is, however, quite good at crying, and bawls for a good 2 days, right until a tiny little man suddenly appears in the tower with her. Quite conveniently, this particular little man has a special talent: spinning straw into gold. He agrees to spin for her multiple times, but it's not like he works for free. Instead, each time he trades off his efforts for an ever-escalating list of personal items. Necklaces, rings, Justin Bieber tickets, you get the idea. As the little guy churns out loot, the girl sends it along to the king and passes it off as her own. But instead of praising her fine work, His Highness just keeps expanding his demands. One day the girl runs out of things to barter with Sir Spin-A-Lot, leading the gnome dude to say that he'll spin one more time in exchange for her firstborn child. Knowing that she actually had a kid 5 years earlier, who turned out to be a complete holy terror, she immediately agrees. The little fella spins up a final load and the miller's daughter delivers the finished product. The king responds, as you would expect, by immediately marrying her. 9 months later, she delivers their first child. No sooner has the rabbi finished up the kid's circumcision, though, than the mysterious little man reappears to pick up his payment. The new Mrs. King is distraught, but then, in a deft negotiating maneuver that they only teach in the most expensive seminars, Tiny says that he'll let her out of the whole deal if she can guess his name in 3 days. Okay. The man comes back each of the next 2 days, allowing the girl to guess as many times as she wants. She fires off every name she can think up, consults www.weirdbabynames.com, and even calls up Gwyneth Paltrow to see if she's had any bright ideas lately. Nothing works. With 1 day left, the baby is on the verge of immediately becoming the tallest member of his new household. At this point in the story, many folks believe that the queen's neck gets saved when her messenger stumbles onto the little man chanting his name around a campfire. Come on, people, let's be realistic here. In the real world, little elf men that can spin straw into gold don't go around name-checking themselves at campfires like they're cutting a record. Truth is, the small fry just goes out to the bar that night, and the royal bouncer is so convinced that his Rumpelstiltskin ID is a fake that he calls the palace and hopes this might be an offense worthy of the dungeon. That's the real story. News of the possible name quickly gets back to the queen. She's skeptical, but it's not like she has any better ideas. When the little man shows up the next day and confirms that he does not go by McLovin, Dweezil, or Carlos Danger, the queen suggests, well, then maybe your name is Rumpelstiltskin. Somehow, the royal name police confirm that Queenie is correct, and her baby is forever saved from a life with a father that has an endless supply of gold. Because that sure would have sucked. Shorty, on the other hand, is not pleased by this unexpected development. Depending on the version of the story, he either A, stomps his foot into the ground so hard it gets stuck, B, physically tears himself in half, or C, runs off never to be seen again, but later is rumored to have joined a carnival running the "I'll guess your name or you win a free stuffed animal" booth.